that since holiday, right, we are not allowed to work or go to temple. We have to stay at home or as such out for an entertainment. When I think of ancient Rome, I probably think of gladiators, chariot racing, and Roman baths. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, I'm talking about Roman entertainment. Alright, today you're going to have a lesson with me about Roman entertainment history. Alright, so perhaps have you seen films such as Spartacus, Ben-Hur, or Gladiators? So those films are usually picturized about Roman entertainment. So we're going to look upon what kind of Roman entertainment does Roman have.
We have to remember that there were no weekends at that time, alright? Nor the only holidays people had were when they have festival celebration. Yes, they will work from day 1 to 7. 7 days they work. We should be grateful because we have weekends and we have public holidays too. Without weekends, we can't survive, I guess. Alright, so at that time, Rome does not have weekends at all, so they work for 7 days. The only holidays they have is during festival celebration. Alright, and during holidays they were not allowed to work, so they probably will stay at home, or some of them will search out for an entertainment. Romans are famous of entertainment. You know, the type of entertainment that I have mentioned before: gladiators, chariot racing, and Roman baths. And many families went to Rome because they have no jobs at their countryside, or some of them might be unemployed. So a large numbers of people who were unemployed, hungry, could easily go dangerous. The dangerous that I'm stressing here is because maybe they would fall ill, some of them because of jobless, they become a robbery. Alright, so what does the emperor used was, he used panem et circenses. Panem et circenses is a Latin word which is used in Rome. Alright, panem et circenses meaning bread and circuses. So emperors use bread and circuses to make people happy. Alright, and the bread was given to the poor and unemployed at a very low cost, or sometimes for free. You would say no to free food. I would say yes to free food. Would you say yes to free food? I believe you would say yes to free food. Alright, and the circuses would take their minds off their problem.
So yeah, one of the important buildings in Rome, which is Circus Maximus, right at the back of me. So this is how Circus Maximus looks alike. Today, only the marble barrier, which is known as spina in the middle of the track, remains. But originally the circus was 600 meters long and could hold a crowd of 250,000. That's quite a lot.
In Rome, chariot racing took place in the Circus Maximus. Each chariot was pulled by 4 horses and started off in one of 12 starting boxes. These 12 starting boxes are known as carceres. What I mean by 12 starting boxes means, like, usually if you notice in some of the stadiums, in few stadiums they will have a 6 to 8 boxes where races would start, right? But in Circus Maximus they have 1 to 12 boxes, which means 1 to 12 rows, which is known as carceres in the name of Latin, right? So in the 12 rows will be stand by our 12 chariot racers. And the race began when the starter dropped mappa. Do you know what is mappa? It is not map, mappa, the name of Latin. Do you know what is mappa?
Do you know what is mappa? I'm not mentioning the whole map. I'm mentioning mappa, the Latin name. Do you know what is mappa used for? You don't know? It's sad.
Alright students, let me tell you what is mappa is. Mappa is known as the large white cloth. Okay, mappa, the word is derived in Latin. Alright, so the race usually began when the starter dropped the mappa. Now it's clear? Those days, last time, these days they used the shooter. But those days, at that time in Rome, they used mappa to start any chariot racing or any game, even even for gladiators fighting. Okay, so they used to use the mappa, a large white cloth.
A driver belonged to one of four teams: reds, whites, greens, and blues. With a large group of people supporting each team, the most successful drivers became as famous and popular as some footballers today.
Like Arsenal!
We are going to look on the next entertainment, which is known as Roman theatre. These are the plays where theatrical play took place. Did you see that? Alright, Roman theatre began very much like a Greek theatre. Early plays were performed in honor of a certain god, and most were Greek plays simply translated into Latin. Eventually, Roman plays become more comic, usually rude performance that could be enjoyed by the most of the people. Well, most plays use similar types of characters that would be recognized by their costumes. For example, a rich man wore purple, a poor man wore red. Then what about soldier? Well, a soldier character would wear a short cloak.
Dear students, do you know the actors who played in theatrical play, they wore masks like exaggerated faces. Okay, this is to show whether their character were happy or sad, like this.
Women were not allowed to play on the stage, and so men played all the parts and used white mask for female characters. Next building in the Rome that we're going to look upon is the amphitheater. Amphitheater in Rome was the largest theater, alright, and it was known as Colosseum, alright. It was circular in shape, like this, and the sitting all around the arena could hold around 50,000 crowd. And that's quite less compared to Circus Maximus, because Circus Maximus is 6 meters long and could hold around 250 crowd. But amphitheater like Colosseum, okay, Colosseum can hold around 50,000 crowd. And usually this theater is like in secular shape, okay, which is at the back of me. If you can identify this, alright, go ahead and search in Google. Don't be lazy. These are the image of the gladiators fought in Colosseum. Gladiators were given with special food and the best doctors. This is to make sure they were healthy and they were not contacted with any diseases like COVID-19. Alright, so they were mostly slaves, but sometimes freedmen signed out in order to become rich. For example, if you won that gladiator contest, so you would get 10,000. Wow, that's a big money for them. So some of them was lazy to put their hard work to become rich, so they're using this short way. Some of them they really to risk their own life in order to survive their family. So there could be different reasons as well. Okay, sorry with my words.
Politicians who wanted to be popular, usually especially during election time, so they eventually pay for the event at amphitheater for this gladiators contest, and they also provide more gladiators. Okay, the more popular they would be, so the more gladiators they provided, the more popular they would be. At the end of the winning gladiator, okay, usually winning gladiator, what he will do is he will, once he already won, he will hold a sword, okay, he will hold a sword to the throat of the man he had been beaten, and he will look up to the politicians or emperors and he would ask, should I leave him or should I finish him? The last entertainment I'm going to talk about is the bath. The bath is known as also a Roman entertainment. Alright, most entertainment was saved for the holidays, but a visit to the bath is a must for the Roman people. So, these are the baths. The baths was something most Romans enjoyed every day. They like to make an early start and to get their jobs done before lunch. The afternoon could then be spent in the baths. The main reason Roman people went to the bath is of course to get clean and of course to meet friends for self-relaxation and to do a beneficial activities, right? So, and also to take some exercise. So these are the uses of the Roman baths.
These are the small compartments in the baths. Usually a person would start in the apoditorium, the changing room where they took off their clothing and left it with a slave. Then there was a massage with olive oil, games or wrestling in the palestra, a dip in the warm water of the capitarium, and a visit to the caldarium, which is known as the hot room. The heat of the caldarium would make the bather sweat.
Usually a slave would scrub off the sweat and dirt on your body right after you come out from the caldarium. Usually they will use a tool called strigil. Strigil is known as a metal scraper where you can scrape out your sweat and dirt on your body. Okay, that's what the slave used to do for all their honors, okay, during the Roman bath. Last of all, the bather would go to the cold bath in the frigidarium. There was still plenty to do, gardens in which to walk, snacks and drinks to buy, and athletics and wrestling to watch.
So I'm signing off now. Bye. From Teacher Misha. Oops.
So that's all for Roman entertainment today. I hope you got entertainment by watching this video, and that's why teacher decided to be entertained as well. So this is my real voice. Okay, if you have any doubts, any questions, you may comment below. Before that, like, share, and don't forget to subscribe my video. Alright, thank you for listening to my entertained voice, and thank you for listening about